Hey everyone, welcome you to the house of Yvonne where all your dreams come true. Thank you guys so much for coming back for another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe, like this video, share this video, and follow me on my socials. You can find me everywhere: TikTok, Instagram, here on YouTube, Pinterest. You can find me on those platforms at House of Yvonne, same handle. And thank you again for stopping by for another video. If you are not new to the channel, you've been rocking with me this whole entire time. Thank you so much for joining us here on my channel. We are back for another video to do some makeup, okay? In the next few videos after this one, after it's posted, we'll be discussing music on my Music Mondays series. We'll be discussing some new shows that I've been watching. Probably I may post that. I'm not sure yet because they're still striking, so I don't know. That's what I have planned so far to post here on my channel. But if you haven't watched the last video, I did a full makeup routine using only Makeup Revolution products, so go check that out. You can either watch it by clicking the link in the description box or watching it right here. But go watch that, you know, share it, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I'm going to be actually showing you guys how I achieve this look, you know. And what all these looks have in common is the base, honey. I have perfected my base even more. I tend to now go more for a full coverage, but I like to put less products on my face, but I still like to be full coverage. I'm still a full coverage girl. I'm always gonna be that 10 toes down mama, a full coverage girl, but I don't like to put excessive products on my face. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how I personally achieve this full coverage beats, honey, with putting on limited amounts of makeup, okay? Like it's gonna be full glam, but we're not gonna be cakey. Okay, we don't want to be cakey, and I'm gonna help you girls not be cakey. We want you to be cakey, but not cakey. Okay. All right. To start off, we always want to use primer. So I normally don't put on primer unless I'm leaving the house. But like when I'm just filming content, I don't put makeup. I don't put primer on. But we're gonna put primer on now, just to, you know, go with the flow, right? So the only primers that I've ever really used have been from this is the e.l.f. What is it called? This is the e.l.f. Power Grip primer. This is it's supposed to be like the dupe for the Milk Makeup primer, and I feel like it does what it's supposed to do. It grips onto the makeup and it provides like a nice base for your foundation, concealer, and powders. I use like the Wet n Wild primer, this one, the matte primer. I've used, this one by NYX Cosmetics. It's a pore filler. I really don't like this one because it's like I don't know the consistency. It's like I'm gonna show you if I can. You see that? That's what it comes out as. I don't like that. So it's like crumbly. I don't really understand how to use that, so I don't really use it. And the other one that I live by that is a really good primer is the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser by Maybelline. This is a really good primer to use. Like if you're starting out with makeup, even if you're not starting out with makeup, that's a really good primer to like use in your makeup routine. Like I said, I use a concealer that is pretty much close to my skin tone. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Quickie concealer in shade 70WR. And this is a very full coverage concealer, so you really don't have to use that much. I use that much there, and then on the other side, right there. I like to spray my concealer with some setting spray, just so that when I blend it out, it helps it stay in place. Ooh. Now I'm gonna use I typically use a brush for this part, and then for the lighter concealer, which will be this Thread Beauty concealer, I'll use a sponge. But I gotta use my mirror because I can't really see in my camera. This concealer is really good. They actually sent this to me, and I've been using this concealer non-stop. I really want to get some Fenty concealer, and what's the other brand? I forgot the name. But I've seen this other person that I like watching on TikTok. They have this concealer and it just came out, but I can't remember the name. I know what it was. It was NARS. I want to try NARS. I've always wanted to try NARS. I've never tried them, and they have some great complexion products. So I really got to get my hands on them for real. Now that we blended that out, we're gonna go in with the concealer that I said was like a few shades lighter. This is totally a few shades lighter, and you don't have to do concealer that is this light. I just personally, I like to, because I like a certain look when it comes to my makeup. I blend, just pat a few times, and then I'll start moving that way. And y'all, don't forget to get in the crook by your nose. Like, you have to blend there. So you see how the thread complexion fluid is now blended into the Urban Decay, and it's like a seamless blend. And we're doing all of these steps because it prevents us from having to put on a bunch of foundation when we don't really have to. So this is the complexion fluid that I use as bronzer. Here I like to do like little crescent moon shapes here, and then put some here, and then on our nose, and we're done. Now all we need to do is spray our brush. Again, that just helps not only blend out your product. If you like to let your product sit on your face for a bit, it also like keeps it in place once you're done blending out this thing. I feel like my hand's tired. I've been doing makeup these past few days, and my hand feels a little weak. But the makeups, the makeup looks have been eating. I swear they have. So if you have not clocked into my makeup on my platforms, on like Instagram and TikTok, you're missing out on gorgeous content, mama. So we have our concealers, bronzer. Now we're gonna go in with our wrong product. We're gonna go in with our foundation. I have been keeping my hands on this Makeup Revolution foundation. It's very, 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 very close to my skin complexion, and I just do 2 spots on each side and then do 2 up here. It's a full coverage foundation. You can really put only a little bit at a time and build it up if you aren't too comfortable with putting a bunch on at first. And I really like the coverage that it gives. And so we put it right there between the 2 concealers and the bronzer, and look at that. Look how all of that just melts together. Just using whatever product that was left on here, just going back in those same spots that we placed it, and just adding more of it back. More of that, what's the word? More of that color, I guess, I don't know. The last step with the cream products will be this blush bomb by Makeup Revolution. I'm gonna put it here. I put it here to elevate, to lift my face. You're gonna see in a minute why I put the blush on last. But let's go ahead and blend it out first. Now let's set the face. Using Makeup Revolution Fit Me Loose Powder. We're gonna take one of our sponges. I like to pat some of it on here, blow off excess, and then place. We're gonna go our first round here. First round of powder goes right there by our nose. Okay. And our smile lines. It's banana powder by Makeup Revolution. I do wanna try some banana powder from, I think Beauty Bakery has some banana powder that's really good. So I do wanna check them out. But for now, we're gonna use this Makeup Revolution banana powder. Same technique, blow off excess and then place it right here in the inner corner and blend it into that other powder that we just used. And we're bringing it closer to that concealer. We're not covering the concealer all the way, just a little bit. Okay, now that we've set the face right here, what we're gonna do next is put our bronzer powder on, and then we're gonna use our powdered blush. And we're gonna be using the Makeup Revolution Mega Bronzer in shade 5 Deep by Makeup Revolution. This is a very good powder, but the only thing you wanna be careful on, well, careful with is how much you use. It's very pigmented, so you don't need much. That's all I'm gonna use for that side. All I'm gonna use for the rest of my face. Okay, we're powdered, honey. That color is gorgeous. It's very beautiful. I'm actually gonna be using 2 separate powders. We're gonna be using this Palladio Beauty blush in the shade Tipsy. It's a very pigmented, is a very beautiful coral slash like apricot color. It's very cute. And then this Rose Kiss blush from Makeup Revolution. These two paired together, girl, when I tell you sickening, you're gonna be dead, honey. That's how sickening it is. Mom, put it right here. Look at the color that is already coming off. Like, we barely got into it. See how apricot-y, a little orange. What's that color? Those soldiers from China. What's that color? What's the name of that color? I can't think of it right now. I'll put it here on the screen. And why I like to do the blush powder last, the last step of this whole process besides the spray, setting spray, is because the loose powder that you put here to set your face, you can blend it away with your blush, and then it leaves everything else staying in place. And the look that it gives once you're done putting your blush on, I live for it. A little extra step that I like to do is snatch my nose. So we're gonna take some powder on this angled brush, well, not brush, but angled sponge, and I'm gonna start in the inner corners of my eye. I've already put the bronzer on my nose, so we're just gonna start in the inner corner and go straight down. Alright, you guys, this is the final look. Get into it. I told you it's going to give skin, but it's going to be full coverage. It's going to be glam, but you're not going to look cakey. Baby, it's never going to look cakey. I told you, girls. So get into it. If you want to know how I did this look, make sure that you check out my TikTok, House of Yvonne. Check out my House of Horrors makeup series, where I do about roughly 10 to 12 makeup looks for this Halloween season. You can check that out right now. We have 2 looks up so far. I may do 10, I may do 12. I don't know, but the next look will be coming up later this week. So make sure that you follow me to stay tuned, okay? I probably will be bringing that series over here to YouTube, but we'll see how that goes. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Make sure that you subscribe, like this video, share it, and I will see you guys later in the next video. Bye!